Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel and to this video. Today we're going to be trying to save you some real money if you're looking to save and get into saving a little bit more every month, but you're not really sure where to put it. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you some of my suggestions and my ideas. Of course, I'm no financial advisor, but I am a DIYer and I love a good deal and saving money. So I'm going to talk about that in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to start this video with this article. This is something that I found online. You can take a look here. This was published by CNBC.com, and it's relatively hot off the press, the end of October, and it's titled "Most Middle-Income Americans Still Earn Less Than 3% on Their Savings," according to this survey that they took. And this is really concerning to me because, as we know, we've seen quite a bit of inflation happening, especially among middle-income Americans, like our family is basically. We've watched prices skyrocket throughout the last year or so, and that's been pretty concerning. We've also seen interest rates rise, which is terrible, of course, if you're taking out a loan or a mortgage, for your home or a loan for your car. However, great if you are a saver, right? So I found this this article a little concerning that despite interest rates going up and banks being able to provide more interest for those savers out there, that people aren't really taking advantage of that. They're only making 3% or less still on their savings. Meanwhile, I figured out a way to make 5% in a savings account, right? That is FDIC protected, up to a certain amount, of course. We don't really come close to that amount, so that's not really a concern. But there's a huge gap there. In other words, many Americans are leaving money on the table. I'm no financial advisor, right? So you got to take everything here with a grain of salt. But I'm definitely in control of our family's finances and where our money is, and organizing the budget and how much are we investing in the stock market versus having in cash. People have talked about emergency money and saving for that, and so we're not going to go into depth here. But in this video, I'm just going to present to you this problem because if you're watching this video, you, I think, maybe agree with me on that, right? That this is a concern, that there is a way that you can safely make more money out there. And safely is a key, right? A high yield or a savings account or a high yield savings account should be one of the safest ways that you can be earning money. So what am I proposing in terms of a solution? Well, there's lots of high yield savings accounts out there, and I said high yield because that means it's a savings account, and mostly there's no brick and mortar building, and that's how they're able to offer, I think, such high interest rates, right? Because they don't have to, pay for the real estate to keep a bank open. And I mean, some physical banks have pretty good yields, but what we're most likely talking about here, I think, is an online bank. And if you head on over to Google and you just type high yield savings account options, you're going to get presented with a lot of these online banks, right? This is, mostly electronic transfers. You can link up your own bank account to deposit money and withdraw money, and it's really, I think, a fluid process based on my experiences with it. I think you do want to go with a reputable bank or a reputable company, right? And I'm going to be suggesting one in particular in this video, and this is the one that I'm going to be presenting or talking about. Is called Wealthfront, and Wealthfront is a high yield savings account. They also offer stock investing and bond investing. And I'll put a link down in the description below for specific the high yield savings account, the stock market options, the ETFs and the mutual funds that they offer, and also bond ETFs and mutual funds that they offer. And they're always coming out with new products as well, which is really exciting. I think I've had a good experience with them. I've been with them for years, upwards of, I want to say, 5 or 6 years. And their interest rates, go back to just the savings account, right? Because that's the focus here, is really impressive and competitive. And in the link down below, I'm going to put a deal for folks. I don't get any kickbacks from this, except for a slightly higher interest rate, but we both do, which is pretty cool. So if you're looking to invest, $100 a month or $50 a month, or maybe you have a lump sum of cash and you don't really know where to put it, then Wealthfront will offer, a standard interest rate. Let's just say it's 5% at the time of making this video. Of course, when you're watching that number may change, but let's say they're offering an interest rate of 5%, which is, I think, pretty awesome, right? Historically, I mean, 5% is not 10% or 12%, of course, but it's not 1% or 2%. 5 to me is a pretty nice number, especially when we're talking about savings accounts. So if Wealthfront, for example, is offering a 5% interest rate, if you click that link down below, you'll get an extra 0.5% or something like that. Of course, that could also change by the time you're watching this video, but currently they have a really nice deal where, you know, it's a recruitment thing, right? Like, if you can bring more customers, we're going to help you, we're going to help them. And so that's pretty awesome, I think. So definitely take advantage of that if you are interested. If you're curious to see what the difference is, practically speaking, we're going to head on over to Google and we're going to look at the power of compound interest. We'll take a look at this one. You can see here we've got initial deposit. Let's say you're looking to invest $5,000 and you want to contribute another $100 a month, let's say. And of course, that can be higher or lower, but I think that's a moderately a reasonable amount to start with or to illustrate. And let's say you want to just let that sit for 5 years. And we're going to do an estimated return. According to that website, it was 3% or less. So let's say like 2.5%. And we're going to just compound that monthly, for example. You can see that after 5 years, your money will grow to $12,000. And if you don't want to do any, just to control the variable there for straight up growth, if you're not doing contributions, you just have a lump sum of $5,000, then your money will grow up to $5,665. How does that compare if you are making 5.5%? Let's take a look. It goes up to $6,579, which is a considerable difference, in my opinion. And of course, if you're if you're investing regularly, look at the power of that. That goes up quite a bit as well. And of course, if you start with a higher lump sum, that will go up exponentially. Or if you're, going to be investing let's say like maybe $300, if you have a little extra income to spend, you're talking about some pretty serious money, I think, over the long term, especially if you're in it for 10 years or more. So it does make a difference, the interest rate for savings accounts, in my opinion. Again, I'm no financial advisor or professional here, but something that I've been paying attention to for a long time and I think is important. So with all that said, good luck to you. If you do have questions, put a comment down below and I'll try to answer that for you. And hopefully this video has helped you out. Thanks for being with me.